Hi my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Twos and Half. My name is Jurgita and I'm very happy to see you here. I haven't been filming for maybe 2 weeks and there was a reason for that. The first week I didn't knit anything like substantial to show, and the second week I got sick. I was knitting if I had no energy to film. Besides, I kept going to work being sick and that took all my energy. But now everything is fine and I have a lot to show you. So let's get started. I don't remember if I showed you this sample. And most probably yes, because I bought the colors, the brown mohair, and I ordered the brown lanolin wool. The ball looks like that. It's from Dahlia Garn, Norwegian yarn company. I knitted a sample and I wasn't very happy. At first I saw that the stitches are very different, the brown and pink. The brown stitch is round and plump, while the pink one is thinner. And though I added so the main yarn was thinner, but I added a thick strand of mohair, thinking that it will even out. However, it didn't, and I didn't like the color choice. I thought it was too harsh and too active, and if you knit the whole sweater in this, it will be kind of unpleasant for the eye because of this bright contrast. So I went to the shop, gave back the brown mohair and changed it to lighter tones. Teofilcolana Arveta Tilia. You can see that it's beigey taupe. And I also ordered Dahlia Garn lanolin wool, the same wool, only in different color. If you are interested in the color, it's color 1422. And as my pink yarn wasn't thick enough, I ordered the same lanolin wool only in pink color, and I also took pink ones like while I was exchanging dark brown. And now I am happy with the color choice. The contrast is quite low, but it's not so striking and it's much more pleasant. I lost the stitches for the eye. I'm knitting using needles number 5. Why did I stop in the middle of the row? I don't know, but I will try to show you. I cast on 184 stitches. The pattern repeat is 4 stitch. It's a 4 stitch pattern repeat. So now I separated for the front and the back, and I'm working. And I'm very happy that the color work technique is now not so scary for me, and I feel that I have control of my knitting and what's happening on the needles, and that's very, very pleasant. So this is sweater number 1. I have a very lovely secretary at school, and she's the most adorable lady, and I decided to give her a pair of socks. She said she doesn't have blue socks and wanted blue with a bit of pink. So I knitted her this pair of socks. I used Drops Fiesta. This is a different color, but this is the new yarn Drops is producing. So I took the light blue and like this unicorn color. I use needles 2.5 and there is 110 meters per 50 grams. And I tried to knit even like holding the yarn, putting a bit of tension so it's not so flimsy and floppy and has its own structure. I used the pattern that I found recently and I'm really enjoying it. So I knitted this. This is size 38. I also wanted to see how this pattern looks using different colors. So I had leftovers from this yarn Concept Funny Socks, just different color. I had some leftover balls because I wanted to make matching socks, so I had to find where the color repeat maybe, starts. And I knitted this. This yarn is a little bit thinner. So I used needles 2.25. And for the color, I took this Funny Socks by Kata. And for the gray, I took Viking Garden Aurora. Just a bit darker shade. You can see this is lighter and this is darker. This is size 43. And I think someone will be very happy getting those. So I was knitting that when I wanted to get a bit of rest from color work. And as you remember, I decided to knit 3 sweaters. The first sweater that I started got very little done because I found the pattern impossible to understand. But I didn't give up. And when the short rows stopped, I finally understood the main principle of how to knit the sweater. And now I find the pattern very easy to read, though the beginning looks very, very scary and I don't know even which word to use, uninviting to knit it. But now I'm very happy. I'm using Sanna's Garden Baby Ulla Net. It has 175 meters. It's a bit thicker than the recommended yarn. And the needles I'm using also thinner. So thicker yarn and thinner needles, and I think the fabric is okay. I'm not happy with the tension that I usually don't have like an even knitting. I usually don't have uneven stitches while knitting back and forth, but here you could see. Maybe because I couldn't understand what I was doing and I don't know. I hope that washing it will help. So this is, oh, by the way, this is the pattern by Need More Sweater. Need Knits, Need More Sweater. I love this raglan line, and I think I understand now how to make it, so I can use this in all the sweaters I want now. And the last sweater I am knitting is the dark one. Also, the stitches are off the needle. Here it is. You can see that it's quite big already. So I separated for the sleeves and knitting. At first I found it very difficult to knit back and forth in color work, but it took me like maybe an hour to get used to that. And now it's okay. And I can show you the wrong side. I think not bad. So as you can see, I have 2 finished objects, that is 2 pairs of socks, and I'm working on 3 sweaters. I have also started Sophie shawl for myself using this Lana Gatto Super Soft and Filcolana Tilia, but it's only this much. So I don't know if we can count it as the beginning of the project, as the work in progress. Let's talk about yarn acquisitions. As I've mentioned, I bought pink and beige, 5 balls of each. And I've bought 3 balls of each color, beige and pink, for Pied de Poule sweater. And then I had to go to another town, and it has a huge, incredibly huge shop, yarn shop, and they carry Drops yarn. I wanted to try out some more of Drops Fiesta. So I bought 2 balls of this color. Two balls of this unicorn because I think it goes very nice with all the colors. Also 2 balls of this. I bought 2, it looks like stone washed blue. I also bought this green and gray and a bit of mustardy. 50-gram ball, and it has 110 meters. So 1 ball is not enough for 2 socks, so I had to buy 2. Wonderful beigey pink. Two balls of this. I think it's called Fairy Tale. Aventyr in Norwegian. And I bought 4 balls of white. So I could spend half a year knitting only socks. So much about my current situation, plans for today. Now I'm going to film the tutorial how to knit the collar, and then I will do some more knitting, maybe on the Bordeaux sweater. Wish me luck. See you in a bit. Good morning. I'm planning to go to work, but I want to show you what I've done yesterday. So I finished the back. You can see the armhole. It's a dropped shoulder. It goes diagonal. A bit of the neckline. The stitches, live stitches, are all picked up on the barber cord. I left quite long tails because I will knit using a 3-needle bind off. Now I knitted the front, and I think it's time now for the neckline. I have 31 stitches here on the sides and 28 for the neckline. So when I come from work, I will knit it up. Look at the wrong side of the knitting. It's not bad, having in mind that I was so scared to knit and I wasn't good at knitting. I have to admit it honestly. Not bad at all. What do you think of the pattern? I think it will look nice on me. Good morning, it's Lazy Sunday morning, and I want to film you a bit what I've done. So the first is the easiest thing to show. That's the socks that were washed and blocked. Another pair already went to the new owner, and she was very happy, and I think I will gift it to her husband because this is size 43, and I was knitting not thinking about any particular person. I was just trying out how this pattern looks on different colors. And last video, I guess it was last video, I showed you that I started a pair of socks for my colleague, but I ran out of gray. I ordered it and it took 3 weeks for the order to come. I ordered here in Norway, but shipping sometimes can take ages here. So I don't know why. Maybe it's connected with the migration of whales, and I don't know. So I finished those. So this is size 38. It's not washed and blocked. I finished them yesterday. The same pattern, the same heel, my heel. It's very gloomy today. Yesterday it was super sunny. You couldn't drive without wearing sunglasses. But today we've got +1 maybe outside, and it's very gloomy, and we will have quite a rainy week. And this Friday I received an order to knit a sweater or a tunic for baby girl. She's 2 months old, and we decided that I will not knit for the current age, but I will knit so she could wear a year later, because then this knitted piece will last longer, because like 1-year-old babies don't grow as quickly as newborns. And I decided to knit it with the white collar that I've just released a tutorial on, but not consisting of 2 pieces, but just 1 piece. And then I would use light pink for the body. I found this yarn in my stash. It's Klompe Spot. It's Sandnes Garn. This is already discontinued. It has 40% merino wool, 40% alpaca, and 20 nylon. It's very soft and squishy. I like the touch and the feel and the look of it. And the white that I had, sorry, you can't see anything. It's so dark. The white that I had has a gray undertone and it looks dirty. It's good for adult knitting because it gives you that kind of sophisticated, stylish look. But for little kids, it has to look sharp and clean. So I went to the shop and I tried to explain what I need, and that I need white for the collar. They were trying to explain me that I can't use different meterage for than this yarn because then it will not match. I tried to explain that I will adjust it, and if the collar has more stitches but I need less for the body, I can just do decreases, and so the width of the collar and the width of the knitted sweater is the same. We couldn't find we couldn't understand each other, so I thought I would better take what they suggest and then I will look for something at home. So I just bought merino wool that has like warm milk color, a bit yellowish, but I wanted, it's okay, but I wanted white color. So I checked my box with leftover yarn and found this. You can see that it's a bit whiter. I don't know if you can see anything here. And this is with the grayish tone. See the difference? And I have one problem. I don't know how those little kids, how small the little kids are. My kids are big and I forgot. But I tried to experiment because it's only by trial and error. So I knitted this tiny, so you can see it's 1 piece. So it's one tiny color. I think it should be okay. So it will fold in and it will have a color like this. I think that's the right depth for the babies. It's super cute. It's like for a doll. So tomorrow on Monday, when the shops are open, I will go to a thrift store and will buy a knitted sweater there, the right size, so I could have it as a sample, so I could put and see if I'm doing the right raglan lines, the right neckline, that all the sizing is correct. But very, very happy. You can see a bit of like different tensioning, but I hope that after washing it will be okay. So this will go to the US as a gift. And then all week I was knitting on my sweater. Voila! I've knitted back and front. You can see that I have quite dropped shoulders. You can see the pattern, like And now I'm going to show you. So here is my finished sweater. I hope it will go a bit wider because it stretches quite well. So I want it to be short and boxy. I think the armholes are okay. I don't want them to be narrow. What do you think? The neckline looks a little bit big, but when I will pick the stitches, it will be okay. I haven't decided on the neckline, but I think I will go with a higher one, like mock neckline. Though the short one would also look good, I think. So I'm still thinking, that's why I'm not knitting on it. But I tend to think that the up to here would be nicest. I did not knit on my pied de poule sweater because I was working on this, and if I was complaining that color work is very difficult, I take my words back. Compared to color work knitted in the round and to the color work knitted back and forth, it's the color work in the round is like fairy tale, absolutely pleasant and not difficult. I managed to do everything with no pulling, and I'm very happy about it. So practice makes perfect, right? What I'm going to do today, it's Sunday. I can't knit the baby sweater. I'm lazy to knit on this, though maybe I should. Oh, wait. And I had this sweater in my bedroom, so just before going to sleep, I could knit a round or two. This says need more sweater pattern. You can't see in this light anything, but this is how the raglan line looks. I haven't tried it on. I have very little left to do to finish the yoke, and then I'll put on longer needles and try it on. So I've knitted nearly 2 balls. For this, I'm using Lanette Baby Wool from Sandnes Garn. So today I'll finish the yoke, and maybe later I'll try it on and show how it looks on me. Wish me luck. What else? Nothing else. No, nothing else. And yesterday when I was knitting the collar, I thought that I have to do something with my sock yarn stash, and maybe the smartest thing is to start knitting up the scraps because they are mixed together with full balls, and I don't want to throw them out. But if I use for socks like this, I can use tiniest balls and they would look nice and okay. So maybe I'll go and do some cleanup in my sock yarn cabinet. We will see. I'll keep you updated. So see you soon.